Well, I've experienced medical care in Prague, as a matter of fact. I slipped on the ice my first year here and broke my arm. And I had absolutely fine medical care. Many of my friends also have experienced medical care. No worries.
Excellent medical care. I had to go to hospital 2 weeks ago just for a checkup, but in the UK, if you went on a Saturday, it was a Saturday, and if you go on a Saturday in the UK, you'd be waiting for hours to get an appointment, and I saw someone in 10 minutes.
I've only had to visit a doctor twice, and both times my experience has been very positive. I went to one of the private clinics, and the nurses were very friendly, the doctor spoke English, and so I felt like all my needs were satisfied.
Personally, I use the equivalent of the National Health Service here in the Czech Republic, the State Health Service, and my own personal experience is a very, very good one. It's one of the areas in the Czech Republic that has had a considerable amount of funding over the last 15 or 20 years. The infrastructure, the equipment that the hospitals have access to is of a very high standard, and I would have no hesitation using the National Health Service.
I have an English-speaking doctor, as I say. It's a Czech practice. It's not an expat practice, but she speaks fantastic English. I'm on Czech healthcare as well, so there's not that many costs. I've never had a problem with medical care here. Brilliant.
As I said, my son's 1 year old, so I've been through the whole maternity care situation in the Czech Republic, and I must say it was great. Much better than the UK, probably a bit too much. We felt really cosseted. The amount of times we went to the doctor and visited the doctor, and all the pre and postnatal classes that my wife and I attended, we actually felt well looked after.
I would say don't be afraid to go to a Czech doctor, and don't be afraid to go to a Czech hospital. The only challenge that you may face is one of language, but you will not, there is not a lower standard in any sense of the medical provision.
Again, in the hospitals there can sometimes be a slight language barrier, but not much. You can certainly get by, and within 2 minutes you can always find someone who can speak English to go along and assist you.
If they're not having private medical care, try and find an English-speaking doctor, and try and find an English-speaking doctor who lives fairly close to them. My doctor lives right at the end of the Yellow Line metro, and it takes me ages to get there. And I know that some people who do have private medical care here have to travel quite a long way for the doctor. So I would check out English-speaking doctors close by you as well, would be my advice.
I would recommend doing as many checkups as you can before you leave the country, and so that way you have maybe less to worry about when you come over here, and then if you do need to visit a doctor, hopefully it'll just be for something minor.
I would say to get established in a clinic as soon as you get here. So many of the clinics are large enough to offer a variety of services. There are several in town to choose from, and find one that meets your needs and get established there. Better to have it set up ahead of time than to need something and suddenly say, oh gosh, what do I do now?